Welcome back to Shark Tank. I'm here with Mr. Wonderful and Mark Cuban somewhere around here. And what do we do on this show?
A lot of stuff. Very nice, very evil stuff.
All right, well, buy a company and then I'll make $1 million, I think.
Oh, once again, that dastardly Donnie Wonderful inspired me to do something, well, obvious. I am the other cohort of this channel, in case you all forgot and thought I wasn't lurking. I am. Always. I am the oracle. I am the all-knowing. I am in the know. And I am the show. I am Joey fucking Business. And it's none of yours. But the reason I jumped on this was because Donnie inspired me once again. You're very lucky to have him, by the way, viewers. He is just a gem. But he inspired me once again because, as it's very pronounced and known, Donnie is the world's foremost Bret Hart fan. Unabashedly, the world's foremost Bret Hart fan. What I am, unabashedly, is the world's foremost CM Punk fan. And so there was a little ditty that happened last night, and Donnie had already gone into it. It's very exquisite. If you want to just jump off this right now and not listen, I totally understand, but I'm going to keep speaking because I like the sound of my own voice. So whatever. But I would recommend you go listen to his video. It was great. There was a match. It was supposed to be Cody Rhodes. It was billed on the marquee, Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn. It was a, number one contenders match and all that. But there was a swerve where Gunther took out Cody Rhodes at the top of the hour. And, of course, Sami Zayn had to defend the title. And it wasn't a mystery. I didn't even text Donnie because it was just so obvious. Helen Keller could see it, that CM Punk was going to be the challenger. It was Chicago, Allstate Arena, return, everything lined up. Now, with that being in place, I still had a glimmer of hope that WWE is not that transparent under Triple H, Paul Levesque. I didn't think it was going to go that way. I thought, okay, yep, it will be CM Punk as the challenger, but maybe Gunther will come out at the very last hour, cause the disqualification, and then we get led into some turmoil going into SummerSlam. I did not think they were just going to throw the belt on good old One Bill Phil. I didn't think. And he's my favorite wrestler. Donnie will tell you, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. But even I thought this was a bad move. This was a bad move. Even in Chicago, it was a bad move. Because Sammy literally is a feel-good moment. He's an untapped market that they've never had before. You've never had a Muslim champion. You clearly have a lot of Muslim fans. Why not just ride that? And also, there's so much storytelling potential. I understand that Cody versus Punk was always the destination, especially after WrestleMania. It was obvious. And even after, 2 Royal Rumbles ago, when Cody eliminated him to go to Roman, when he was like, I'm not going to get eliminated by Dusty's kid, there was always that story. It's always on the table. It's always ready to tell. But you don't need the title for that. Some things transcend the title. There's an illustrious quote, actually a myriad of quotes from my cohort, Donnie. This is where I'm going to cut you down, Donnie. Where he literally said, any belt that Roman Reigns holds is the true official belt. So, by Donnie's own words and admissions, the belt that I have on my bed right now, held by Roman Reigns, being challenged by Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, is the belt. That would make the belt that Punk and Cody are going for, what was it he called it? Oh, yes, the underling title. I'm fair with that. Turnabout's fair play. I'm fair with that. But I think that, honestly, the belt that Roman and Seth are going for is the title in WWE. It's the same thing that happened in 2004 when Triple H took over the big gold. It became the number one marquee belt. So I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm sorry if you're hearing Brady in the background, folks. I might try to mute that out. But, or I might not. I might just leave it in. It's been a while. But yes, back to the Sammy thing. I gave you my Darby reaction, which I thought Darby beating MJF was a brilliant move. A brilliant move, one of the best that AEW could have done. And I think it proved a lot for them. Sammy beating Cody and Gunther in Saudi Arabia is a great move. But it also reeks of appeasement. Like, there's so many critics, and I can't discount them. Did they just give Sammy the belt in Saudi Arabia because he has Arabic ties? That could be argued, because there's been a number of times in the past 20-something years that the trigger could have been pulled on Sami Zayn. A number. The other thing that proves that point is his reign was 9 days. 9 days. You didn't even give him SummerSlam. Like, that's the Kofi treatment. Even worse. Like, you didn't even give him SummerSlam. Okay? Fine. So there's so many things. As far as the business sense goes, and reason why I jumped on here, as the self-proclaimed CM Punk to Donnie's Bret Hart fandom, even I have to call out an injustice. Do I think this was the wrong move? 100% yes. I think there was a number of other ways you could have went with Sammy walking out intact and Punk looking great. Was it enticing to throw it on Punk on his hometown? Sure. I get it. So my question is, you did it. You did the big move. You stripped Sammy. You just negated that. You didn't negate the moment. The moment will stand tall forever. And it will probably be one of those things etched in WWE's fans' memory for years and years and years. Just like over his head. It will probably be etched. Okay? Fine. You accomplished that. But where do you go from here? Okay? Instead of Cody going into SummerSlam like we all suspected with the title, you got Phil. Again, my favorite wrestler of all time. You got Phil. But Phil just lost at WrestleMania in one of the best matches I've ever seen. Okay, fine. Now you got Cody versus Punk. A great potential, which needed no title. That's my problem. But now it has the title. So what do? In my brain, in my crazy Booker brain, I hope to God you keep it on Punk. Because if you throw it on Cody, you just revert and you just create a booking chaos that you can't get out of. If you keep it on Punk and make Cody go heel, you got something. But you already, with the after footage, basically have Sammy going heel. So like you have two of the same crayon. And I don't know which box you put them in. I don't know. But I do know the only thing you can do going into SummerSlam is you have to assure that Punk walks out with the title intact. And as the biggest CM Punk fan that I know, even I have to say, this is it. This is the OK Corral. This is your last stand, dude. Like, this is it. You've already got your dreams. You already closed out WrestleMania. You already had an amazing run. You have a title. This is it. This needs to be your final stand. And if it was me, I would make that final stand go all the way from now to WrestleMania, to whoever is the next person that you need to pass that to. Like I said, it's a mixed bag. I had to get on the mic. I'm conflicted. I love Sammy. He deserves the belt. Kevin Owens is one of my favorite of all time. My very favorite WrestleMania main event of all time is the Usos versus Owens and Zayn. I think it was the greatest main event of all time. I think it was the greatest booked main event of all time. And that stands alone. However, I think they placed themselves into a booking corner here. I'm very glad Sammy got it, because I'm convinced that if he didn't get it where he got it right now, he was never going to get it. And you can look at backstage videos and, other things that kind of prove my point, which is very sad, because Sami Zayn deserves that high level. So I'll leave it up to you, like Donnie says, even though I don't like to leave it up to you, because, again, I'm the Oracle. I know better. Why am I going to leave it up to you? But I'm going to leave it up to you. Was this a mistake? Should Sammy still have the title? Please let us know below. And even if you don't, who cares? It's fine. I'm going to do what I do. Out.